Raindrops falling like life's endless speed. In the street we move with swagger on repeat. Neon lights reflecting on the wet concrete. In this daily drip shows hypnotic heat. Every step we take, synchronized and bold. Underneath the storm, our stories unfold. In the city glow, our fashion never old. We drip in style, conquer hearts uncontrolled. Watch us move, watch us glide. Through the rain and the night we slide. Drip too strong, you can't hide. Join the show, let's ride this tide. Rhythms pounding, heartbeat, bass so deep. We don't stop, don't wait for the dreams we keep. Umbrellas spinning, dancing in our sleep. Leap in this nightly play. There's no time to sleep. Lightning flashes, sky turns bright. In the downpour, we're the light. Raindrops whisper, don't lose sight. Catch the vibe, take flight tonight. Watch us move, watch us glide. Through the rain and the night we slide. Drip too strong, you can't hide. Join the show, let's ride this tide.
Yeah. What up, everybody? We in this thing. In here, I'm the producer, I'm the man. We're going to hurry up and do this real quick, get into the game. And we here with Plain _ Dizane.
What up? What's going on?
The man, the myth, the legend, about to come through in just a second.
Yeah, we're gonna make this a quick one. So much going
doing
on.
It live. We doing
so little time, but we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Hey, everybody. Thank you to my day drippers that came through here one time. About to get into a few different things. I am Plain Dame, even though ain't nothing really much plain about me, but Plain Dame it is. And got the mans on the production side. Shout out to my lovely co-host Jim Jones. She's not with us, but of course, gonna be right back here with you all on Friday as planned. Doing another live one with you. But not gonna hold you. You already know it's so much going on in the world, but gotta touch on this silly Diddy situation. Gotta get into that. You know, Cassie took the stand 2 days in a row. Star witness for the prosecution.
I'm looking crazy right now, boy.
Insane. My man looked like Colonel Sanders sitting there.
You ready for that
freaky chicken?
You see that they got him with the towel in the back though? You see?
Yeah.
Infamous.
Why? The sketch artists need to be fired. Why are you sketching this? What are you doing? Got that man out there.
Got him looking look like a Picasso up here.
Yeah. Picasso kicks a bitch. Like it's bad. It's bad. It's horrible. But yeah, man, we got to get into it. So I'm not gonna get into the too graphic. Unfortunately, I'm to show my age a little bit. I am from the era when they were actually selling the R. Kelly sex tape. So nothing really shocks us anymore. At least not in this world, not in what's going on today. Nothing is off limits. First question to my peoples. With the knowledge that you have for my day drippers, with the knowledge that you have for this case thus far, is Diddy a sadomasochist, abusive CEO type, or did he just get way too freaky? And what is too freaky? What limits would you say you draw the line in the freak show that is considered your life and how you move on a day-to-day? I'm not really here to judge, but I am looking at certain things like, and my second question is, do you think from what you've heard so far, because I haven't even gotten into it, but I'm sure you all have been pretty much keeping up with things, Was she complicit with the freaky ish that was going on? What do you think that she enjoyed it until she just didn't enjoy it?
What you're not
That's
going to do, plain underscore Dame,
what
is try to victimize the victim in this case. That's what you're not going to do.
I'm not
Okay.
victimizing anybody.
You're
That was
you're
the
not
escort's
going to
job.
blame the
That was
victim in this
that was
case.
the escort's job that she paid in certain occasions was to get victimized in the worst way. I ain't that much love in the world. But yeah. So just to get into it real quick.
Hold on, let me get into this real quick. Hold up. Boom.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, that's all I got to say.
Thought you go play a video or something.
He,
All right, so
he
look,
turned to dingy soup man.
yeah, man, he he wanted everybody in their shiny birthday suit with the heated baby oil. This man was out of control with the Glade candles. Whole time I'm thinking back in the day, women was cheap when they had the Glade candles. Diddy even had the Glade candles going crazy in the hotel with his companion, uh,
But they
Cassie.
made by Johnson and Johnson or something. You know what I'm saying? So that
It
got
must
some
have been a
extra
good
chemicals
sponsorship.
to
I
overlay
wondered, did
that
they
booty
glow
too.
when they like? Did they glow off the candle light with, because they all look like they had just jumped out of a fryer without flour on their bodies and just oily. You know what I mean? Like, just can you imagine? Like, I don't want to imagine that. The descriptions was crazy enough, but getting serious about the situation. Uh, listening to her compelling confessional on what took place in her 10-year abusive yet monetarily enriching companionship that Cassie Ventura shared with Sir Dicious Combs. Um, from what we understand about her and Serdicious is that whatever he wanted, she complied. She was young. She was a very jealous young lady. And she said, if I didn't do it, someone else would have done it. In no way was I going to allow the next woman to get pissed on, and I wasn't being pissed on. So, no, I did everything he wanted me to do to the letter. If he wanted the Glade candle to be vanilla smelling, God damn it, when he walked
Hey,
in,
hey,
smelled vanilla.
watch
Retract that last statement. I'm
it.
sorry.
There you go. Thank you. We
If
will
if
remove
if if,
that from the statement.
if he wanted it to smell like cow dung and daffodils, by golly, that's what he got because that's what he requested. And when he
I like
first
that
asked
by
her,
golly.
hey,
Take that. I like that by
he
golly
said,
right there.
no, that's what he said. Pay that, take that, and you know that's how that went. And she sat on the stand ever so pregnant and very, very rich from the last time she extorted. I mean, the
Delicious.
last time she requested money for her silence. It wasn't extortion. I'm not going to call it that. Anyways,
Come
um,
out and play.
bottom line is that for 10 years straight, she had a face full of urine and a heart full of love for beloved the diddler. And
All
it was
right.
very
So
abusive at times.
thank you for that for that summary. Let's get into what some people gonna talk about when in day three. So
I
let's so
tried.
let's do you went for it. You were
All
very
I know is
professional.
this:
Is all
there's
I'm gonna
no way
say.
I could have sat in that courtroom and my pregnant wife, who has my third child in the incubator of her tummy, sitting there telling uh graphic stories about how she took she bathed in the cream of Sun Young Guy to the
Oh,
chagrin of her ex, who sits there gray haired and incarcerated. No way I could have took that. And people are like, well, I mean, but I'm just saying, he was the trainer. Y'all slow. He knew about it. I highly doubt that she told him about the semen shower she was receiving. I
all right.
highly doubt that, her face being a urinal being used on a regular basis is something that they discussed. Because that's
He
disgusting.
over there looking like James L. Jones or somebody or homeboy that was bending bullets. You know what I'm saying? Was
Hey, but I will
Morgan
say
Freeman?
this. I
Come
will
get
say
this,
this.
mother lava.
It now makes sense why her skin had the glow that it has, because I know that
Oh
back in the
my God.
day, who was that? Who was that? What is her name? The what actress? Oh my God. He used baby pee on her face to keep her skin tight and young. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? She found the fountain of youth on a back page, and she found the man who
wow.
she
Okay.
had that glow. And we know why now, because she had
All right. Let's get into it.
her
Let's
skincare
just do
regimen
it.
is,
We are
oh
drowning
God.
in
I'm
all of
sorry.
ill. All right.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. There's just so
Thank
much going on. Well, we know why Young Miami watched,
into that courtroom. She never once glanced at Sean Combs or her family. Her husband, Alex Fine, he is here in the courtroom. And yes, during what was yet another very uncomfortable moment during this trial was when we heard the names Ash, Islander, Skylar, Vin, and Brian. Those are some of the 13 escorts who Ventura says she and Combs hired for the so-called freak-offs. Ventura told jurors it was her job to hire the escorts, who she said has sex with herself and Combs in Los Angeles, Vegas, New York, Miami, and as far away as Ibiza. She says the one thing she tried to avoid while interacting with the escorts was kissing them because she felt it was, quote, too intimate. It made her squeamish. Today, we also saw more video from the hallway of the hotel in LA in 2016. She said she did not fight back, but because she had learned doing so in the past escalated the fight. It made it worse for herself. This time, though, when she said sometimes when she did fight back, she said Combs was surprised, adding he was shocked and he would get angry and frustrated.
I'm gonna have to stop it before show like any kind of violence.
yeah,
So we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and stop.
yeah. And
Goodness
I
gracious.
mean, the
Great
thing
balls.
is, overall, this is what got me. And yes, I do understand when you are abused, and you become used to it and accustomed to it, you're not quick to run away from it, because you almost feel like it's almost Stockholm syndrome, if you will, because she was being paid handsomely. She did live to the heights of luxury, you know when she wasn't engaged in 3 to 4 days of excessive freak offs. She did live a life, right? And then she did sit there with the hopes and the dow-eyed manner of, oh man, at some point I'm going to be the next star, because he's going to see to it, because this is what he does. He is a kingmaker. Diddy has wrote created hits for some of everyone in his time. He's one of the biggest hit makers that we know of, right? So I understood all of that, right? But the part that got me was she said that she loved this man, was very jealous of other women, and she was very protective of him. She did whatever she wanted him, whatever he requested of her. It took her going to the funeral of his first baby mother, well, second baby mother, to go to Kim Porter's funeral before she realized that he did not care about her. Not the bottles being thrown at her head, not the cream of Sunyan guy being spread all over her while he watched in the corner jerking his curtain. Not when her face was a urinal. None of that said, I don't care about you. The funeral did. That part, I'm like, it's crazy. And then on top of that, too, everyone, she's so young. She's so young. Yes, this is not me victim blaming, but it's just me looking at it like her deductive reasoning was way off with this one. Like, understand that you were property. You were, I guess, his girlfriend on title and on paper and at the BT Awards. But overall, you were just a tool that he used to his discretion. And she said he had several women that he did this with, but she was the most consistent because she was the one setting up. She found the men that she found attractive, and she did what she did with them. Right, 13 of them,
People
as we
do a
know
lot of
of now.
things for love, right?
Yeah,
Including break laws. So
Yeah.
That goes back to your question before, right? You know, is
How
the
much?
star witness? You know, was it just Jesseline? I can't remember what that lady's name was in the Epstein situation.
Oh, it's Gazelle. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it
Yeah.
that, or is it something else?
Me personally, I think it was a mixture. I think it was, no one wants to get smacked around and drugged and kicked or any of that, right?
Right.
Um, but at the same time, too, you left a very successful producer to get with this man. Ryan Leslie was an up and coming great producer. He was hot at the time. They were in a relationship. They were rocking out. You basically left him and made a deal with the devil
Wait,
with a
that's
smile
somebody
on your face.
who actually has talent
That man said he wanted to
to make
marry
the
that
music.
girl. He wanted to marry that girl. He loved that girl. And she was like, think I found me a better deal. And she took it. And in essence, considering her payout, and she's now married, pregnant with her third child, she went through hell to get to heaven. I would say that, but I feel like at the end of the day, she definitely was using him just like everybody else was. She just wanted to show that she was more down than anybody. That's my take on it. I'm not saying she wasn't abused, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit here and act like when okay, you didn't kiss him, but you did pick him. You didn't kiss him, but you picked him, and you paid him. And in certain instances, they said Diddy had already paid some people. I guess she threw him an extra G for the extra inches he had shoved in there. I don't know. Wasn't there, didn't plan on being there. I use Vaseline on me. I don't do baby oil. But
Pause.
pause. Big
Extreme
pause.
pause.
Pause button. Select button on the Nintendo joystick. No, but yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild. And I'm just staying tuned. I feel like we're definitely gonna be revisiting this because this is ongoing. I don't know how long they're gonna keep her on the stand pregnant and crying. And to me, the prosecution is not, it don't look great for them. It still leaves a lot of room of, well, did he break a law because he had her getting broken off? Because he has a certain preference of how he enjoys sex. Is it up for us to judge? What people do behind closed doors, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Hollywood. And in the music industry, forget about it.
Oh yeah.
Forget
If
about it.
people used to do a lot of things to get in music videos back in the day when music videos were relevant, and still
Oh yeah.
today they doing it now.
Oh yeah.
And anybody can make a music video. People do it from their phones all the time and upload it.
I shoot
But
him.
yeah, but it's difference in quality, of course. But anybody can have that.
I'm
Is
just
really what
saying.
I can say.
I've seen some talented people willing to do anything just for a video because they think it's gonna take them to the next level. She sat next to the man that was the king of this thing for a while. She was sitting next to the man that was sitting on the throne, who had all knowing power of everybody in the industry, could pick up a phone call and make you a star. That's what she
Mhm.
was dealing with. And she was willing to do anything for that. Don't want to stay
Right.
stuck on this for too long. I know we got more ground to cover, but
There we
bottom
go.
line is, I ask you people, is his sexual preference a crime? We're not talking about the drugs, because he was doing a lot of drugs. Uh, I mean, I guess flying escorts to different cities, states, whatever. That is, whatever, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, sounds to me like everybody was having a good time. She was and wasn't at the same time, I guess. Depends on what day. It's kind of weird, but it's a very wild situation. I'm just waiting to see how this all unfolds. But that's my question to you all. Is what they discussing in that courtroom right now sounding like crimes?
All right.
Do you believe drugs is forced upon her, or was she getting high with her lover? These are all questions we're gonna have to
And
ask
doing what
ourselves
they
over the next
do. You
couple
know
of
what I'm
weeks.
saying? It was 50 Shades of Did. E.
Did
All
he
right.
do it?
Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. And we're gonna go ahead and pull up the next one right here with it. Kaboom.
Man,
Right?
free Fargo. Free Fargo. Get that man
Right.
out of there. Get that
Right.
man out of there. Yeah.
Right. So while I get ready to pull that up real quick, new story for Tor. That's what we're gonna call this segment real quick. And so let's get into it a little bit. Let me pull it up. My bad. Producer mess up. We gonna pull
It
it up.
happens. Like Tory's court case. It was all a mistake.
It was all a dream. I used to look at magazine.
Right.
Her face looking
Yeah.
crazy right now.
Huh?
But her face looking crazy right now.
I know. She looking like she just left one of Diddy's free calls.
You talking about Diddy's free calls?
Rapper Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times in a California prison and rushed to a hospital. Officials say that attack happened Monday morning at California's State Correctional Institution. Lanez is currently serving 10 years for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. His lungs collapsed after that attack, but his team says he's now breathing on his own and he's in good spirits. The motive for this attack is unclear. An investigation is now underway. Lanez's team thanked fans for their prayers and support. Kim Kardashian is set to testify in Paris against the men accused of robbing her at gunpoint in 2016. Today, she is.
All right, so that little piece I wanted to just have up there. Well, was
Yeah.
to get it in and talk about it a little bit.
All right. So, word on the streets is that the attack that he sustained in prison is a result from a visiting room incident. Wow. Yeah, it's the result of a visiting room incident where a Latino man was being visited by a woman. Supposedly, Tory said a few things out of the way that were derogatory to the woman. And as retaliation, he got poked 14 times. They say he got poked in the back, poked in the side, back of the head, and he got hit in the cheek as well. Ugly situation. Nobody wants to go through that. And I get that he's he wants to be on the yard. He wants to be with his peoples. He done buffed up, He had a #1 album for like 2 weeks while he was in prison, got more projects dropping. Me personally, never went to prison, plenty of friends there. I never want to go there. There's no girls there. I'm never going to go to prison. I have no desire to be there. But I probably would have to be in PC, me, myself, if I'm worth what he's worth. Because it's bigger than me. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna be in P. If I go to jail, I'm not in PC. I'm in the yard. I'm with everybody. I'm gonna get with it. I'm gonna get with what's going on. Because that's just the cloth we're cut from. Being producer, he can attest to that. We wouldn't be PC'd out, We're not gonna be, punani.
Ain't no reason. Yeah, I
No
mean
reason
you
to.
make it where you at. You know what I'm saying?
If
That's
I'm
just what
in
it is.
there, I'm in there. You know what I mean? I'm adapting. I adapt to my situations, but I'm not gonna get comfortable. It sounded to me like homie got a little too comfortable. You know what I mean? He was in there and he was posing for pictures and he was a little too comfortable for me, and he got caught slipping. I mean, this happens. This can happen to anybody. I got friends that's never really dealt with nothing, real good with their hands. They was real good with these in prison and got poked. It happens,
But
unfortunately.
that'd be one of the main reasons why you
It's
get
the
poked.
biggest
You know what I'm
reason
saying?
why, because they know they
They
can't.
ain't
You
trying to take
can't.
them lumps.
No, people you only get lumped up and stumped up, not in prison. You know what I mean? But bottom line is we praying for that man. Especially considering new evidence have come out. You know what I mean? He may be coming home pretty soon. So we pray for that man. Speedy recovery. Free Fargo, man. This sucks. This really sucks. Last album is incredible too. It's incredible. You guys need to check out the
I am
latest.
CEO and co-founder of Unite the People. We're a nonprofit organization that promotes social justice as well as provides affordable legal
He
services
got poked in the cheek.
for the underserved
Yeah.
community here in the
Damn,
state
who
of
hit him?
California. Today, we want to thank everybody for coming out, all of the press, all of the fans, everyone that's here today. We want to say thank you for coming. Today, we're going to hear some really, really compelling new evidence that you never heard before. Our legal team will explain all of that to you. We will have updates on Tory Lanez, Mr. Peterson, on how he's doing. Um, it's really sad to see the situation that he's in, and we think it's time. Enough is enough. It's time to bring the brother home. So, with that, I would like to bring up our lead consultant, Mr. Walter Roberts.
Good morning. We are here today to bring to your attention some information Unite the People believes is exculpatory in Mr. Daystar Peterson's case, professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded was last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack,
All right.
he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover.
All right.
Okay.
So, I mean, they kind of led it into he trying to say he said a few days later after that happens, they sent it to a certain person's legal team, then he get hit up. So
Yeah, it was a lot of that going on online too. When that news was released, it was a whole lot of oh, such and such set that up. I saw a lot of evil women too. Like and I say evil women because I do understand that people ride out with the whole situation with believing Meg definitely got shot, all of that. I've said it before. I say it again. I've never seen I know a friend that got popped in the leg. He ain't walked for at least 2 months. You know what I mean? She got shot in the foot and was twerking 2 days later. Never ever saw that happen in my life. And I feel like if anybody who has ever ran track, have ever did anything physical to where you've twisted your ankle, broke a toe, anything of that nature, you're not twerking after that. So to me, my belief system was a little off with that. But do we think somebody deserved to get stabbed 14 times? Is that what we celebrate now? I don't want nothing to happen to Meg or him. If the shoe was on the other foot and Meg was in prison, don't nobody want her getting shot, cut up. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't. Nobody should want that, right? That's what I'm thinking. Anybody that's human wouldn't want that to happen to somebody. I mean, If you got a loved one that's in prison, would you really want? I mean, would you? I don't care what they did. And don't get me wrong, karma do show up. Karma does show up at times, and yeah, it's certain people, whatever. But considering what's just come out, which the timing of this is very interesting, does this change your view on the case at this point? The fact that finally the security guard has come forward and said Tory didn't shoot that woman. Tory wasn't one that pulled the trigger. I mean, they never found any gun residue on his hands in the first place. We know this, right? But does it change your view on it? Because I never thought he shot Boy Horse. I didn't. I never thought he did that, personally. Kelsey, I was a little suspicious. I can understand her anger considering she was the one that he was, hitting. And I'm not saying that he's even right for how he moved in the situation. Like, you should never, unless they both involved and it's known and y'all okay with that. I'm not about to be hitting the best friend and the friend. Like, I'm not about to do that again. I mean, I'm not about to do that, period. Have I done that before? We all were young. But in the height of their celebrity, way too many women in the world for me to be focusing on a girl and her best friend. There's a lot of money involved there, But bottom line is, hopefully he comes home. Hopefully they right this situation. And hopefully these getting poked the way he got poked more than the damn voodoo doll. But yet he still was able to speak. He's in good spirits, as they put it. Maybe he don't go back into regular population and they bring him on out. Another situation we're gonna be keeping up with.
Right. So more on that story with Tory.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wish him a speedy recovery and for justice to truly be served. If that is the case, it will be what it will be. So, what you got for the community on this one, so we can close it out? We done live for about a
All right.
half hour, which is
All right, real quick on the Diddy situation. I'm not judging anybody. I don't care if you use baby lotion, baby oil, or Crisco. Your life is your life. Live it to the fullest. Just don't transport strippers and escorts across state lines, and don't force your woman to sleep with them. Or if that's what she into, so be it. But I don't agree. Like I said, we're not victim blaming. But don't nobody condone putting their hands on no woman. First of all, you got all the power in the situation. You many years older than her, so I don't judge your sex life, but I do judge on how you treat women, and that is no way to treat a woman. I don't care what the circumstances is. That's one thing. That's my thoughts on that. As far as with Tory, and the Meg situation, craziness. Nobody need to get poked up like that. There is no such thing as karma being that tragic. First of all, you get poked up. She had a cut foot, glass in her feet, whatever. Like I said, she was twerking after that. She was on Instagram having a ball. And on top of that, I'm not climbing back into no car with somebody that just shot me. I'm not doing that because I fear about black men being murdered. He tried to get him. He did
right.
it.
He shot
He
me.
did.
Get
He
him.
shot
Get
me.
in.
He shot me. Shoot him in his foot.
Get in.
Trust me. And just take your arm down. Now, if you lower it, you might shoot him in the head. So go all the way down so you can shoot him in the foot. He's a little short. There's so many ways that I'm sorry. Whatever. You better protect your damn self. All that. I'm protecting black. That's trash. That's trash. I know you got shot at, but I'm not gonna say you got shot. But either way it go, free Tory and free Meg of this nonsense, because this has done nothing but terrible. Like she's gonna be at this point, she's becoming more known for being who she's dating versus her music. It
That's
has
a
not
bad
fared.
place to be when you can actually rap too. Like
Yeah,
she actually got a couple good. Like this
yeah.
one I was in the gym with the her and Key Glock. I was like, oh yeah, that one's going in the you know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Yeah.
one of the best freestylers I've seen show up to a radio and kill as a female rapper. I've never disliked her on the rap side. Did I dislike her antics outside of music with the drinking and the stuff I've heard from some of my friends in the industry and being an industry hop? None of that looks good. Wasn't feeling any of that, you know. I pray for her too, because I feel like secretly she in pain because she really wasn't moving like this when her mom was living. I feel like that affected some things. You know what I mean? But all in all, I wish them all the best. Folks, release them demons. Tory, come on home, get yourself healed up, drop this next project. Maybe get on good terms with Meg. Maybe y'all can make a song. She speaking her side, you speaking your side. That'll be fire. You know, that's instantly selling 5 million. That's sure enough and make you know, that'll make Jay-Z and all of them happy. Yeah, you know what I mean? So but other than that, man, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Like I said, this story is going to be developing. It's going to be ongoing. So, you know, we are going to continue to talk about this in the near future. But other than that, Day Dripper, speak to me. See you guys on Friday. I will be reporting back live with my lovely co-host, Jim Jones, dropping gems on him. We will be back on Friday. This has been our Daily Drip Show.
All right. All right.
And follow all the socials too. Our Daily Drip Show on Instagram. I believe we got one on X as well.
I gotta check on that. I'm not sure.
Definitely on Instagram though. And if you have not subscribed to this page, do us that favor. Subscribe right now.
Down there. Point down to the button wherever
right down there. It's right there. It's right. We head over a little bit to the right. Right there. That's where the subscribe button is. Press it. Press it and see some more impressive contents. And check out our shorts. Y'all loving these shorts. I'm feeling kind of strong because of the shorts. But y'all need to like these longs too.
Did he do it?
Did he do it? Did he do it?
Won't he? Won't he?
Won't he do it? Did he do it or won't he do it? That's the question. Free Fargo.
Black power.
Put my fist in the air. That's all he wants is his freedom.